I'm going to go ahead and intro this episode 21 of the Verdict Podcast.
Sanders number.
The Verdict can drink now.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers. The Verdict is old enough to drink. Cheers to 21 episodes. And also, this will be most likely the last episode of The Verdict to not be on iTunes.
You got to clap for that one.
To not be on iTunes.
You got to clap for that one.
iTunes coming, starting next episode, iTunes coming. The lineup for December is pretty heavy. I think that those episodes will definitely get some attention from individuals that you may or may not have thought was looking. Definitely got some of those special guests that I've been saving since day one. They finally gonna be here. You know, once I get it finalized, probably next episode, I'll probably throw up the whole month guest list for the whole month so that people can know, beforehand what they're getting into and what they have to look forward to. But we coming to iTunes starting next episode, Verdict Podcast. Of course, those links will be available. I then finally hit my stride with what to do, what not to do. I've kind of just been, these last couple of episodes or two, I don't want to say going through the motion, but I just working the kinks out of the system, getting the rust off. And I can say, with all certainty now, the rust is indeed off. And, we're moving full steam ahead. I do want to shout out all the people in the area who support us, shout us out, fuck with us, rock with us. I want to shout out, I don't know if if you remember the homie Kazi, him and Bishop Omega, they host all those events in Durham.
Okay.
So he's putting together basically like this assembly of creative individuals.
Okay.
Writers, producers, cameramen, all types of individuals who come together to create different types of content. So it's actually called the Vibe House. It's out, and I want to say it's in Chapel Hill. I think that it's something that just opened up. I don't want to say it contacted me personally, but we did speak, just about, ways we could link up. But I did tell him that, I knew some individuals who may be interested, always willing to work and collaborate. When he comes to the show, I have him, speak more about that.
Okay, sounds good.
I don't know if you recall the Real Side Chicks of Charlotte.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so I guess they're getting that started back up.
Oh, boy.
After they spent the summer shopping themselves or
trying to pretty much get put on. The show needed to get put on by some large network, TV network or something like that, right?
Right.
Okay.
So now they're gearing up for round 2. Of more of the same, so there'll probably be a little bit more footage.
Right.
I know you saw that one clip where they fought outside of that gas station or something.
Right.
Couldn't have been more staged. Probably have a few more scenes or clips like that. Okay, so the thing about that is that there's also this. There's another show that they're trying to get shopped in Charlotte called Squad Goals. Did you hear about that? Royce, are you familiar with Real Side Chicks at all?
I've never heard of it. Never heard of it.
Okay, so in Charlotte, I know you're familiar with the Real Housewives.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So I don't recall the dude's name, but he had that song, Side Chick.
All she wanted was some time from a nigga. Hey, can't help that money calling. I really wanted you to shine with a nigga. I did. Hey, I try to find my way back home, but I wound up riding with my side bitch. I try to find my way back home, but I wind up around with my side bitch.
If I play it for you, you might have heard it. Most likely, you've heard it and you don't recall because it was kind of old. But he himself is I want to say he's one of the people bankrolling financially this television show. Mm-hmm. But he is heavily involved. But anyway, so it's a group of girls and they're very open about their lifestyle as side chicks. The thing about it, though, is people are trying to figure out, is it real? Is it,
So is it like a reality show?
Right, it's a reality show about side chicks in Charlotte.
Just random side chicks, or is it just...
Random, I guess. I mean, it's nobody that you're going to know. I mean, they're side chicks.
I guess
so.
But I'm saying I like side chicks to, like, superstars? Or
so that's the thing. That's the thing.
I don't even know if this like side chicks to like NFL athletes or NBA athletes.
Well,
or just rich people in general.
Exactly.
That much is implied, but it's kind of hard to, verify that because what man, especially in that position, would allow himself to be video, recorded on a show bragging about having a side chick? I mean, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So I didn't think that was gonna, it's kind of hard. Everybody's a little skeptical because the premise, while it does sound interesting, it sounds unbelievable and kind of ridiculous. Like, no one would put themselves in that position. So anybody who would, it kind of sounds unbelievable. That's just my opinion.
You think on a male side or a female side?
I'm saying on the male side. Like if I'm a you know, an NBA player, NFL player, which I know for a fact that some of these individuals are tied to NBA and NFL players,
no doubt.
That individual would never come on this fucking show.
Yeah, because that's exposure.
Right, that's
exposure that you don't need.
Yeah, like
especially if they're married.
Right. And a lot,
definitely if they're married, they definitely ain't coming on here talking about their side chick,
right?
And how they meet up,
right?
You know how they first met. They ain't doing that,
right? And some of the women, they are open about dealing with married men, so it's like, you know, we won't have those guys either. Like if a man comes on that show and he's bragging about being in a side relationship with one of these women and it's being filmed, I'm not believing you.
Sure.
Like, because that doesn't make any sense.
These are facts.
But anyway, so the thing about it, though, why I brought that up was because, for one, they are starting up round 2 with their promo. Another reason is that one of the side chicks has already agreed to appear on this podcast.
This is going to be crazy.
So she'll be here. That's, that's
snap.
Right.
It's going to be wild.
Right. One of the side chicks has already appeared. She been said she was down, and I confirmed with her not too long ago. So I'll let that, I'll announce who when I announce the December lineup. So the thing about it is, okay, so Squad Goals is more or less another reality show, but it's aimed towards, I don't know if it's all women or if it's all people of color, but the premise is people who, it's supposed to be a positive. Instead of people throwing drinks in each other's faces, right. I guess exploring their side businesses and their hustles and basically everything you want your squad to be. Okay. AKA it's going to be boring as fuck. Right.
To a certain extent, I mean, there's always, they're probably gonna throw like a little wrench in somebody's, formula or whatever. But I mean, I could see it being actually a decent show.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Wait a second. So people, putting their money together.
People putting their money together sounds like something I don't want to watch.
Why not?
It's because when you look at all the reality shows right now, it's all about what? Excitement, fighting,
conflict.
People not getting along.
That's
you have your house building reality shows and that type of stuff.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. Like you have like those type of shows that are more on a positive note, and I mean they throw a little wrench in there, but nothing like too dramatic. But people still watch it. That's what I'm saying. So,
like what?
Like a reality like home building show. Like
but that's. I guess.
I mean, for people who are into that, that's what I'm saying.
People have to appear on that channel.
People who are into.
We're talking about HGTV, but
it won't be on HGTV.
But both of these shows are trying to get put on VH1, MTV.
Oh no!
Where people who watch Conflict and Ratchet.
In that case, no, it ain't gonna last long. One season,
Bravo.
Tops.
Yeah, 6. Halfway through the first season, it'll probably get canned.
It can't be prime time or anything like that because you have to have controversy.
You have to. Even if y'all are gonna all be friends, there has to be some conflict with somebody else, even if it's off camera, or even, maybe not off camera, but just, outside of this particular group of individuals.
Yeah.
Like maybe y'all come together and y'all beefing with somebody else, but if everything's all hunky dory, I would love to see that because that's a positive image, but at the same time, it's not something that's gonna hold my attention for very long.
Well, it's not gonna hold anyone's intention on those type of networks. You have to choose a different network. I understand that they want to get to a larger fan base or a larger group of demographic, but working with VH1 or MTV, people putting their money together, I don't know. You have to have some type of controversy. Like you have to be going against another squad, or somebody in the squad is like doing some dirt behind
That's
their
what
back.
I'm saying. Like there has to be something that is going on for people to be like, tune in next week. Tune in next week.
Yeah.
But true indeed, man. So that is my personal assignment. I'm going to reach out to somebody from Squad Goals because maybe we have the show pegged all wrong. Maybe there's some aspect to it that's very cleverly written that we're not considering. So
maybe it might be Bloods against Crips. Who knows?
Well,
JK.
I would hope it wouldn't come. It wouldn't come to that. Definitely wouldn't.
Right.
Wouldn't hope it come to that.
Right.
Let me tell y'all though, while we are keeping it local for right now, I just recently went to Fayetteville for the first time. Either one of y'all been to Fayetteville?
Yeah, I've been to Fayetteville before.
Oh my God, dude. Talk about the bottom of somebody's fucking boot.
Ooh, man.
Like, really.
Ooh, man. I know some people from Fayetteville who wouldn't take that too lightly, but they would know what you're talking about. 'Cause I know what you're about to talk about. So go ahead and talk your shit, bro.
Well, for one, I'm talking about grown men selling their butts on the side of the street.
Whoa,
I seen about 7 or 8 of those.
When I saw the title, Fayetteville Hoes, I wasn't expecting men to be discussed, but now there's men selling booty.
I mean, they were
on the corner.
On the corner in the parking lots. Like, I mean,
were you approached?
No, because you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't make eye contact, and every time I came to the stop sign, I sped the fuck off. But like,
oh man.
Right when I got off on the highway, there was a street, much like Independence,
okay.
Or Capitol Boulevard. When I got off, there was all these hotels, a strip club or two, some smoke shops, and I'm seeing somebody walking, and I'm like, damn, does that person need help? And then I was like, I see him, I'm approaching, I'm like, they just walking in circles, you know. I'm like, damn, are they homeless? Maybe, but a homeless person would probably get into the warmth somewhere. They're not going to be, you know, just pacing around in the street. And as I approached, I'm like, okay, well, that's definitely a streetwalker. You know, I pulled up to where my homie was, Frank Zones. Mm-hmm. So I pulled up and seen him, and like from where he was staying over his balcony, we could see like 2 more, you know, streetwalkers kind of just staying in their own territory. They definitely appeared to be off. Right. You know, they did not appear to be women. They did appear to be men dressed as women selling their booties on the fucking street corner.
Oh man!
At like midnight, 1 a.m.
Not a good impression.
It was
impression.
It was a terrible impression. That was like one of the first things I seen when I got to Fayetteville.
Golly.
And I was thinking, and you know, in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, before I leave, you know, I got to pull up on Forest Hill Drives. Right. But I was just like, yo, I don't want to pull up on fucking Forest Hill Drives. I want to get the hell up out of here, man. This shit is fucking dirty and gross, and I'm just ready to leave, man. Like, that shit was so whack, bro. But I'm going to give him a second chance. That's just my first impression. But I understand I went down there. It was kind of late. I really just wanted to see my homie, so I wasn't expecting much. But to see that was just like, come on, brought a tear to my eyes.
Wait till the sun comes up. You can actually see, you know, the city for itself.
Right.
Rather than, I mean, there's still going to be bad parts just like any other city. But I mean, at least I think you should give it a second chance. At least when the sun is up.
I think I should too.
The freaks come out at night.
I was about to say, at least when the sun is up, there won't be, you know, men selling their booties on the fucking side of the road, because that right there just had me fucking kind of disgusted. I was just like, is this the kind of thing that goes on out here? Like, y'all are okay with this? I hurried up and got out of there. Definitely, you know, didn't want to be caught dead interacting with, you know, male prostitutes, man. Like, no thank you. No thank you. So, swiggity swerved out of there real fucking quick.
Oh, my gosh.
What
else did you do in Fayetteville? You just went and saw your homeboy and that was it? Y'all didn't go clubbing or anything like that?
Well, it was so late by the time I got there. We went to this hookah bar. Mm-hmm. The hookah bar is probably about the size of this room.
Okay, that's very small.
It was very small. It was kind of intimate, though. It was straight. They played some decent music. You know, me, him, and one of his coworkers shared a hookah, shared some laughs. And then that was about it. You know, kind of a mild night.
Okay.
And it was a little bit outside of what I was willing to drive initially. I was thinking like, oh, okay, 45 minutes, it'll be straight. But it ended up being like, you know, an hour and 7 minutes.
I mean, at least you got to see your homeboy. I mean, that was pretty much the premise of the whole trip. But, I mean, beyond that, I mean, next time, just go to TripAdvisor.com or something.
Right.
Things to do.
Right. Next time I'm gonna
because I went as a kid, and you know, I remember it vaguely. You know, just being there, like we just kind of just chill with fam. We didn't really go out at night,
of course.
But yeah, I just remember times just going to Fayetteville and just kind of just chilling at the hotel and just hanging out with fam. It really wasn't like let's go out. So as a legal adult, seeing that type of stuff, man, I couldn't imagine. But I mean, I got friends who are from there, so they'll tell me the story. You know, we used to, back at A&T, man, I remember freshman year, people used to, you know, brag about how thrilled the city was or whatever, or what was the best city in North Carolina. It sounds silly now, you know, now that we're grown, but, you know, back then it was just like, you know, people against Fayetteville, they were like, I hate Charlotte. People from Raleigh were like, I hate Charlotte. And it was like, what do y'all have against Charlotte? Like, Charlotte is the best city in North Carolina, hands down.
Obviously.
Hands down. So, like, what do y'all have against Charlotte?
Are both of y'all from Charlotte?
Well, he's actually from Charleston, but I'm from Charlotte.
I'm from Charleston, but what?
I don't agree on that comment. I'm sorry, I just had to put that in there.
All right, so tell me, so Royce, oh, by the way, listeners and viewers, this is the first time me and Royce actually met today.
Right, this is the first time.
So I get to grill him today a little bit. Royce, please tell me, like, what makes Raleigh better than Charlotte, please?
Was that what you were going to say? Is that Raleigh?
Yeah, because I said, I came out and said that Charlotte is the best city in North Carolina, probably the best city in both Carolinas, to be honest with you. But go ahead. Go ahead. Show me the list.
Whoa. Best city in both? I don't know about both, but you go first.
I can't say that Charlotte is better than Raleigh. I'm from Raleigh, so all I know is Raleigh.
Obviously, you're going to ride for the home team.
Exactly. So I don't really know what there is to do in Charlotte, but the only times that we did go to Charlotte is to go clubbing.
To go clubbing.
Yeah, and that was it.
You didn't do anything else.
Didn't do anything. I went and saw a Charlotte Hornets game when I was like 4.
Come on, man. So when's the last time you've been to Charlotte?
He ain't been as an
That's
adult.
what I'm
Exactly. He ain't been as an adult, so he ain't.
I went when I was like 17, though. I was when I was 17. So, but other than that, it was just to go to a club. Well, a house party to a point. So it wasn't even technically a club. So but I wouldn't necessarily say Charlotte is better than Raleigh because I don't think you can compare it unless you're talking about. Well, I don't know what you if you're talking about things that go out or just sightseeing and things like that. Because I think Raleigh is a little bit better than Charlotte as far as sights goes. I mean, y'all have a lot of city, you know. Like,
it's a bigger city. I mean, it's a bigger metropolitan city. I mean, the thing I like about Raleigh is it's not very fast. Okay?
Yeah, that's what I like about it.
Exactly. It's very calm, very low key. There's local things that you can do, and it's like a college town, so to speak. So you have like places like Durham, which has the best food in pretty much the United States. They actually been ranked, number 1 on USA Today for number 1 food in the nation. So I like Durham for that nature, being so close proximity. And then you got Chapel Hill over there, and they have some like nice hole in the walls and everything. So I actually do like Raleigh. But at the same time, though, if we're just talking about city rather than surrounding area, because surrounding area, Raleigh got it because you have, closer cities, it has a more eclectic feel. But as far as this, we're just talking about the city on its own.
Are we comparing downtown to downtown?
Downtown?
Come on.
Like fun things to do and like just
fun
in Raleigh.
Things, fun things versus fun things.
And just in that Raleigh.
So
just in Raleigh.
What do you do in Charlotte?
Man, I go clubbing, I go to games, I go to parks, I go to breweries, I go to food trucks. I go to food truck rodeos. I go to Top Golf. I can go to Carowinds if I want to. Like,
right. You know what I'm
saying? Like,
Halloween trails,
whole bunch of laser tag joints. Like, dude, like, what's good? Trampoline parks. Like, I mean, we got the same thing y'all do, but we got more and bigger.
We got more of it.
More bigger. And the women, bro, most single women down there than up here. Raleigh is more of a family oriented place. Down in Charlotte, man, you wild out. You wild out, bro. I mean, Charlotte still both cities is very small and you got to tread lightly, but still, I mean,
tread very lightly.
The malls are popping.
I don't know. I've heard of people coming from Charlotte to Raleigh and saying they enjoy Raleigh better
because it's like I said, it's right. It's slower pace. It's more calm,
and it's a family atmosphere, which is fun. The thing about Charlotte that people don't like is that
some people say the traffic, and I'm like, this ain't even bad. Like, Atlanta's bad.
No, Atlanta is bad. And LA is,
bad. Chicago is bad.
Yeah, if Atlanta's bad, then Chicago and LA is fucking hell. Like, those are places that, I'm terrified to drive in both.
Right.
But the reason why people don't like Charlotte is because they don't fuck with nobody. They don't fuck with nobody, not even they self.
Yeah.
That's like the main reason why people, like, when you come to this area, a lot of people fuck with each other and, they support. And, there is that college vibe. So everybody's kind of got a little bit more sense. In Charlotte, it's a lot of knuckleheads and there's a lot of people like
It's a party city.
When I go out places, people be like, "You went to here by yourself? You went there by yourself? People get shot, right?" And I'm like, "Yo, nigga ain't been shot over there in like a year and a half. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Like, in Charlotte, like, at one point, Beatty's Ford, Hidden Valley, like these are places, and Charlotte's still not even like, the most dangerous place ever, but there are some places that you don't want to go. Every place has places you don't want to go to.
Right. I mean, at least don't go by yourself. Obviously.
Right. Definitely don't go over there by yourself, unless you have family or, know someone.
Yeah. Because like Kels, he lived right off the Ford. He used to, at least.
Right. And those individuals who live in those places, they probably walk everywhere they go. So, the neighbors see, that individual, and they see who that individual be with, you know what I'm saying? But like here, I don't mind going nowhere by myself. In fact, I enjoy, pulling up by myself. Don't nobody know me, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody knows what I'm capable of or, my past or my history. So I enjoy that a lot. But I think that's why a lot of people don't particularly care for Charlotte. It's because a lot of those niggas really just, they full of shit. Mm-hmm. They definitely full of fucking shit. And they you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of niggas, be posting or, just flexing. Like Charlotte's a flex zone. Like, when Ray Sherman was like no flex zone, they meant like, with translation, don't go to Charlotte. Trans fucking nation, don't go to Charlotte.
I feel like in Charlotte, it's a growing city, man. A lot of successful like young adults go there, and single young adults at that. So I mean, if you want to have fun as a single young adult, you just graduated college or something like that, and you got this like degree in business administration or something like that, something dealing with the banks, Charlotte would be a perfect city for you because Bank of America is down there. I mean, there's actually a large presence of HBCU grads down there too. So I mean, it's just a large collective of people, especially black people down there. It's almost like a baby Atlanta, pretty much. I mean, we growing, we getting a light rail. There's a lot of gentrification going down, sadly. But I mean, it's a growing city, man. I love my city to death. I know you love Raleigh to death, but I'm sorry, man. In this conversation, Charlotte's better. It's the best city in North Carolina. You can do everything in Charlotte, and there's some shit that you probably can't do here in Raleigh. Just saying.
Probably a good bit of things. You definitely can't go to no amusement park in this motherfucker.
Nah, man. Well, you got to go to King. Is King's? Nah.
What is Carowinds?
Carowinds.
And then we're Six Flags.
It's like halfway.
King's Dominion. Six Flags in Virginia and Atlanta.
Okay, yeah.
So King's Dominion, where's that at?
King's Dominion is like right outside of Richmond.
Right, and, something like that.
Yeah, it's off of 95.
What's Busch Gardens? That's in Greensboro?
Busch Gardens is not in Greensboro.
It's definitely not in Greensboro. Busch Gardens, I think, is someplace. Who the fuck knows?
He's talking about.
Who the fuck knows?
You're talking about Emerald Point. He's talking about the water park.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It's called like Busch Gardens.
Nah, there ain't no Busch Gardens in Greensboro, bro.
I went to the
T,
bro.
Greensboro. It got to be somewhere, but
it's Emerald Point. I'm telling you, it's Emerald Point.
That's in
Greensboro.
That's
the water park.
Okay.
And I don't know what other place you talking about. Maybe you went like very, very west of like North Carolina and ran into like Tennessee and went to Dolly World or something like that.
Something like that, but because you lost.
Yeah,
you lost right now. You took a wrong turn at Albuquerque, my nigga.
Google it. Yeah,
Google it. Things that are though here in Raleigh or upcoming is this ugly sweater party.
Hey.
We've narrowed down a date. It's either going to be December the 14th or December the 15th. I'm waiting on the venue that we've also narrowed down.
Nice.
The 14th is a Thursday.
Okay, I was looking at the calendar. I was like, let me see.
I saw you pulling up. The 14th is a Thursday.
Okay.
And there's a significant price difference between that Thursday and that Friday. I mean, a very significant difference.
All right, go ahead and spill it. Or you ain't got the
working
on details. Okay,
right. So very significant price difference.
Okay,
between those 2 days.
All right.
But we do got some some names who have been tapped to either DJ or host or just attend. A couple of people that I may or may not have mentioned already might be in the building that particular night. So definitely trying to make it into a who's who. That $500 cash prize is up for grabs. $250 cash prize up for grabs.
Bro, I'm just going to dress as somebody else, bro. I ain't even going to be I Am Wes Taylor when I step up in that building. I want that $500, bro.
$50 cash prizes up for grabs.
Straight Urkel.
Right.
Bro, you know?
Fucking
Wes, who is that?
Stefan Urkel in this bitch. And then, I'm just trying to make it's going to be real laid back and funky. Even though there's going to be a whole bunch of fucking people in the building, it's definitely going to be a vibe where it's chill and, it's more of a pregame than a party. So people, I invite everybody to come here before you go and do whatever you're going to do. We're going to wrap things up by about 10:30, probably like 11-ish, so that you can, take your money, take your winnings and go home safely or go to, wherever else you want to go.
Spend that shit. That's all that was running through my mind. Spend that shit.
Ideally, though, you should spend it. I mean, you're going to be drunk. Right. I got a special brew of eggnog that I'm working on. I'm not going to, give away the secret ingredient, but it rhymes with Bim Beam honey.
Oh man, I don't know what that is, boy. That's
right. So right. So you know what I'm saying. So definitely, come prepared to mingle. Nobody. You're not allowed there if you're not coming to have fun and meet new people.
Right, man.
There's gonna be. I'm gonna make sure that nobody's playing the wall and that everybody's in the middle. And you got to mingle. And definitely everybody's gonna be looking for them cash prizes. The judges won't be known until after the fact. So that way there's no risk of no type of
swaying.
Right, no type of swaying or intimidating or anything like that.
Right.
So next episode we'll definitely probably I'll have to make some announcement before the next episode because this episode really I should have had all the details, but I'll have all the details locked and loaded next episode, but I'll have to make some type of announcement before that.
I mean, it's still gonna be perfect though. I mean, because it's gonna be the iTunes release, like the first episode on iTunes, so I mean it's gonna be special anyway.
Right. Yeah, the next episode, which brings me to my next point. Next episode will move us into the iTunes era. So for everybody who wondered why I delayed and why I put it off, I am about to show you. Unveil my master plan. For my goal for this podcast and what I plan to do. Right, rubs hands like Birdman when I said that. Master plan definitely requires you to rub your hands together like Birdman. Right. So definitely there's more events. There's more events right after the the Ugly Sweater Party. There's more live events coming. And there's bigger and better and more. So. What about y'all two? Did y'all have anything that came across your feeds or your eyeballs?
Della Reese, man. Shout out to her, man.
Shout out to fucking Della Reese, man.
Golly.
Shout out. But you know what? I wasn't sad at all because I'm sure that she was ready to go.
Yeah, she probably was.
I'm sure that she was ready to go. I definitely watched Della Reese, famously portrayed in Touch by an Angel.
Right.
I gave that show about a good 6 seasons, I think, before I kind of fell off watching it. And I made it all the way to like midway through the last season.
Right.
And it was a cool show. It was definitely, my mom definitely, when we were young, wanted us to have like those Christian values in the programming we were getting. But
Della Reese was definitely like my second grandma.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was like, like she was so strong. Like she was the definition of a strong black woman, Christian woman at that.
A Christian woman, a strong black Christian woman. Definitely. Yeah. So shout out to Della Reese. Also, I don't remember his name, but Grandfather Huxtable, he died as well.
Yeah, Charles Manson.
No, not Charles Manson. Charles Manson did die.
Charles Manson. Yeah, what was
the black dude who was Dr. Huxtable's father?
I forget his name, but yeah, man, I actually saw some pictures of him. Like when he was younger, man. Like brother was kind of smooth. He was a smooth dresser, man.
Hey, I seen some pictures of Della Reese when she was younger. I mean, I spent my whole life thinking like, ew. But for the first time, I was like, damn.
Yo, yeah.
Damn, Della.
You gotta look up these old folks, see how they look like in the back in the day.
In 1940. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I seen some pictures of Della Reese from 1939. I was like,
Della?
Damn, Della. Damn, Della.
She got it.
Back at it again with the white Vans.
Right.
But definitely, rest in peace to Della Reese. Rest in peace to the gentleman,
to the Godfather,
who who in real life is in no way related to the monster that is William Cosby, but he did, unfortunately have to play his father on TV. So rest in peace. Charles Manson also died.
Yeah, Charles Manson. Yeah.
They were waiting on him to fucking die.
I think a lot of people wanted him to die.
Niggas was waiting on him to fucking die.
I think a lot of people wanted him to die, man. And I mean, God damn. I mean, this is just a lot of shit. That's like we already talked about, like the sexual harassment and stuff. I mean. And white supremacy and all this, man. I mean, people were really waiting on this guy to die. Like this, like I don't know if niggas was like trying to really kill him, like have a hitman come out, but Charles Manson was like definitely on the top of the list. Like people wasn't showing any sympathy. There's a lot of white people showing some sympathy, and I'm like, really?
Right.
But I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yo, did you see that? Did you see the cover art for the last episode? It took me a long. That's one of the things that takes so long, because it took me a good while to find that picture. I don't know why it took me so long to find that picture, but I knew for a fact once I saw the picture of old buddy, the boxer dude who faked his death.
Yeah,
that's just what. When you tell me that, it reminded me of fucking Billy Hoyle and White Man Can't Jump, fucking faking getting his ass beat up, and I was like, yo, I got to have that picture as the cover art.
Yeah,
got to have that picture.
Man. That was actually funny, man.
I got a couple submissions too for like intro music.
Word.
Terrible.
What?
Terrible. I mean, I got two. I got two submissions so far.
Were they like decent?
No, they were unbearable.
Like were they like unmastered or something like that?
Yeah, it was just I kind of thought they might have been spam. I didn't really know what to think. And like, I got rid of them for fear of, because it came from the same person. I got rid of them for fear of maybe opening some type of Trojan virus on my shit.
Oh man.
But so we're still taking submissions for intro music.
Yeah, definitely, man. Send y'all music or whatever, because believe me, if y'all don't send any music, I'm gonna make a track.
Right, and niggas only got one more week. we kind of need this ASAP.
Yeah, because I just Snapchatted some heat this past Saturday. So hey, I'm giving people a chance. Like we giving y'all a chance to let y'all stuff be heard. So if y'all don't produce, man, we'll just have to go on without you. Of course,
definitely.
So,
one monkey definitely doesn't stop any shows.
Nah, it doesn't.
So you guys still have an opportunity to produce our intro music.
Right.
You're free to be as creative as you want to be, and I'll definitely take a listen to it and see how I feel about it.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. So other than that, so Della Reese died, Charles Manson died.
See, I mean, I know we was talking about how the president, was getting all over on Twitter talking about, the LeVar Ball, talking about somehow he wasn't thankful. First of all, the president came out there and was pretty much demanding a thank you, which you don't do when you do something for somebody. I mean, it's almost like opening up a door.
Right.
Like when you open up a door for a female, obviously you want her to say thank you. I'll just go ahead and say you're welcome if she doesn't say anything.
Right.
I'll just be like, you're welcome.
Right.
And then, just kind of go on with my day. But, he kind of just made it known. He directly like attacked them, I feel, as far as,
They thanked him though. But
they did thank him.
The players did thank him.
He did after after pretty much the Twitter. I mean, he said it too soon because the press conference wasn't even posted yet or didn't even happen yet. So it was like, like the president just tweeted too soon. He was like, he wants like a thank you like right now. And it was like, all right, UCLA, go have a happy press conference. Make sure you thank the president because he's going to get offended and get all over on Twitter fingers, to start going crazy. So LeVar Ball was like, man, that president ain't do nothing for us. Like, it wasn't even in his hands. Like, stuff wasn't even all that big of a deal. So then the president started clapping back at LeVar Ball, talking about something I should have left their ass in jail. And it's like, damn, like
I should have left your ass in jail.
It was like
what a thing to fucking say. I should have left him in jail till the next time we came to China, is what he said.
It was like, dang, Mr. President. So, and then, you had, yesterday you had Sunday football, and the Patriots were playing the Raiders in Mexico City, and you had Marshawn Lynch. Shout out to him. Beast mode. He sat down for the U.S. anthem, but he stood up for the Mexican anthem.
That's so petty. That is so fucking petty. Like, I can't, like with him, he's just really being the most petty that he can. I personally,
he is so funny to me, bro. Like, he gives me life, man, because especially with his show, like Unscripted, bro, it's like hilarious, bro, the stuff that he does.
Right.
So, I mean, you kind of expect that from Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch is probably like one of the most realest players, or just people in general, that you will ever meet, man. And he's like so down to earth, man. He even fought his own teammates because his cousin was on the other side of the field, playing for the opposing team, and he fought for his cousin, like against his own teammates.
Whoa!
You didn't know that?
When you say that he fought his own teammates,
he didn't like punch, but he like separated.
So like there was an issue between.
There was a small scuffle
involving a member of his family who played for a different team.
Yeah.
So okay, so he broke it. He broke things up.
He broke things up.
Of course.
Yeah. So which he should have.
I thought you were saying like.
Oh no!
He was knocking niggas out in the same jersey. I was like, bro, that's not real, bro. That ain't real.
Not during the game.
Not at all.
Tackling. Like, go ahead, score your touchdown, bro. Right. I got it. Nah.
I mean,
nah. During the scuffle, which is acceptable. I would have done that. Like if my brother, or a cousin or family member played on the other squad and somebody started getting the scuffle with them, I would rightfully so go over there and be like, break this up. I'll grab my teammate first, because it's like, nah, you don't need to be messing with my cousin like that. Like, chill out.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go to the teammate like, brother, you know what I'm saying? That's my people. I'm going to holler at them. You know what I'm saying? Like, just calm down. I get it. I'm going to go over there and say something to him right now. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to go holler at my people like, bro, come on, chill. It's just a game, so forth and so on. And then everybody goes on and does what they do. So I definitely would respect that. Yeah. But yeah, the way you made it seem at first.
Oh yeah,
I was like, I was imagining this nigga like swinging on.
Let me elaborate.
The other Seahawks or the other Raiders, whatever team he was playing for.
Raiders, yeah, because you don't watch. You don't watch football.
I don't fucking watch football.
Speaking of which, though, seeing that we're just on the topic of sports, shout out to Marshawn Lynch for doing what you do, man. Keep doing what you're doing, dog. He hadn't stood up for the anthem so far this year. He's been sitting down, but basketball, man. Do you want to holler at basketball? I mean, are there any players that you're looking at? Like Greek the Freak is like going off. I mean, you have LeVar Ball having, Lonzo having up and down.
Up and down. He looks pretty lackluster to me. But I haven't seen much basketball either. Like this work schedule I'm on, it doesn't afford me the opportunity to watch much basketball. But
soon, like in December, because you'll be back to the
right.
Okay.
Like in like a week or two.
Okay.
And like a week or two, I'll be getting off, at a reasonable hour, so I can go home. By the time I get home now, and two, I still got to come by your house, man, and get you set my Kodi up. That's what I really need.
Right.
Is my Kodi set up so I can watch some shit.
Right. Because I've been trying to get on Exodus, man, and Exodus ain't been doing it as far as like it's Sports Devil. As far as like the watching like videos and stuff. Go to YouTube and watch it like live or something like that. It's easier to watch games live right now
on YouTube.
On YouTube. Yeah, because I go on the Kodi app and then I use the YouTube app.
All right, so I should just be YouTubing the game.
Yeah, don't even worry about Sports Devil, or I think the other one is like Phoenix. It's like, nah, just go ahead, go to YouTube, and you'll be able to watch it a little bit better. Bet. But
I did see Paul George talking the other day. He basically said that the Thunder are not finishing out games, and that there's times when they forget about each other and they kind of self-implode. So I haven't seen that myself. I've been interested to catch some Thunder games because I assumed that they would be wrecking shop. I did hear that the Celtics are on like a 15-game win streak.
Man, Celtics are unbelievable, bro. They are unbelievable. Like Kyrie is out there balling, man. Smart out there balling too.
They played the Warriors the other day, though. Who won that game?
Celtics definitely won that game, man. They definitely beat the Warriors. I watched that game. They definitely beat them.
But you know what though? Like we give the Warriors like so much. Like the bar and the expectation for the Warriors is so high.
It's so high because of what they've done ever since that 10-loss game or a 10-game season or whatever when they only lost 10 games or whatever. Ever since then,
they lost 9 games.
Oh, they lost 9 games. Excuse me.
Yeah, they definitely lost 9 games that season. But that was
the
year they lost though.
Yeah, that was the season that they lost. But then they won last year, and they didn't. I was like, listen, like if y'all gonna hold these guys to a standard, like to these guys like trying to break the record again, like it's not gonna happen. But they went They only lost 1 game, like you said, in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, bro, come on.
So
bro.
it's like another like standard, another bar that you just set up. There,
right,
bro.
you know they're too good. So them losing.
It's early. It's too early. It's season,
early.
Man.
It's early. They still got it though.
Of course, they still got it, bro.
But what I do like though is that the changing of the guard is going to move much quicker. Typically, these teams they get to hold the number 1 spot for like 5-6 years.
Right.
But if not this year, next year they're going to be in trouble.
Boston is definitely gonna be
next year. Boston's
going to force to reckon with, especially with Gordon Hayward coming back.
Right. Next year. Boston might be too much,
and don't be surprised if Philly makes a move too, because Embiid been getting.
I was about to say it's their time. It's their time.
He had 46 the other night, and it was almost like 4 or 5 days ago. But I mean, still,
it's their time. The Greek Freak is his time.
Greek Freak.
Minnesota is their time.
The East ain't actually looking too bad. Like It ain't looking too bad. Like even Detroit is even winning games. It's like out of all teams, like Philly and Detroit are winning games now.
Right.
So it's like, and then Charlotte's just falling by the wayside. I knew they was gonna like win like the first like 8 or 9 games. There was gonna at least be over 500, but now they just.
Of course, I mean they got Dwight Howard on their team, who is a major cancer. Oh, he sucks up the life everywhere he fucking goes.
He's just good for rebounds and I mean somewhat blocks, but I mean he's really there just for rebounds. Like
he does not play defense.
Yeah,
and he doesn't provide any points.
Yeah, like as far as scoring, man, he may give you like 15, and that's sometimes like on a good night. It's like, come on, man, like you gotta.
Right, 15 on a good night. Come on, man, with this bullshit.
And he's like 7 feet,
fucking 17 feet tall, bro. Like fuck this.
And it's like, dog, like he was so hyped up, man. Like his best years were really left in Orlando, but
definitely.
Ever since he left Orlando, man, he spent 1 year in L.A., spent like 2 in Houston, and then 1 or 2 in Atlanta, and now he's with. The Hornets, man, it's just like lucky for him though. Charlotte's a good city for like old talent, like pretty much like all the old players, who like you got like Steven Jackson and who else? I even think Allen Iverson even got a crib in Charlotte too. Like they just love, Allen Iverson was definitely hooping at Johnson C. Smith, bro, for the Big 3. Yeah, he was definitely like hooping, like just practicing at Johnson C. Smith. So but yeah, man, it's just, and Charlotte is gonna be who they are, man. Until Jordan wants to spend that Jordan money that he's making on all these shoes. Like, stop playing, bro. Like,
definitely stop fucking playing.
Like, come on, you want to be competitive, man. Like, you can't get these stars out of past their prime. Like, that's not gonna work. Like, we literally had to build through our draft now, but luckily we got Bacon and we got Monk. So I mean, those guys, and luckily we got Kemba Walker doing some things too. Kemba Walker to me is the best player on the team, but
yeah, but he's about
to.
He's kind of done.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's definitely done.
Yeah.
All right, so what about you, Royce? What you got for me? Here's your time to shine. Here's your time to shine. Oh, okay. You know what? It's actually a perfect area. This is a perfect segment for you. This is a perfect segment for you. Because I want to provide everybody with a cuffing season update. Cuffing season update. Let's see. Let me.
It's still preseason, I think, man.
Is it?
I've been shooting my short.
You've been shooting your shots, bro.
Been shooting. I shot a couple, man. So I got some good feedback. So we'll see.
Okay, so right. It is preseason right now. No.
Yeah, I'm technically still a free agent, ladies.
What do you mean technically? Are you a free agent or no?
Yeah, I'm definitely a free agent, man. So I'm trying to get picked up. You know what I'm saying?
What about you, Royce? What is your status entering?
Gotta try out.
What is your status with regards to free agency right now?
What's the thing they got on Facebook? It's complicated.
Oh, is it complicated?
It's complicated.
It sounds like there's a agent or there's a team interested.
Right. Yeah. Is there
interested.
some? Are you in trade talks or is there some contract? Some stalls with the contracts. What's going on?
What's up, man?
I would say that currently, I would say I'm good. I have my selection or whatever. I have my picks and whatnot.
Oh, so you got teams. You got multiple teams interested.
Exactly.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. So sounds like he's gonna have like in basketball how they have like 10-day contracts. Sounds like that's what that's gonna be.
But here's the thing though, is that cuffing season actually lasts December the 1st through January 15th. That's the official cup. Those are, the start and the end of cup. That's regular season.
You said December the 1st through January
15th.
January 15th. Oh, so that's the middle of January.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So when you say that you've got multiple individuals, who do you anticipate spending Thanksgiving with?
Oh. That's like this Thursday. So, I mean.
Actually.
Nigga, that's like 72 hours away.
Actually, I'm going to be with my family on Thanksgiving.
Ooh.
So
thank God for family, right?
I was like,
thank God for family, right?
With my family. So I'm covered for Thanksgiving.
Right. You're going to be busy all day with family, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Thank God for family.
Thank God.
Thank God for family. Y'all are useful sometimes. As providing us with, covers and cover stories. We appreciate that so much. Not me.
Yeah, you're already done, man.
I'm done.
You ain't even in that. You retired.
I am retired from participating in any cuffing season activities. Not really the activities, but I just play for the same team now.
Right.
So there's no more trade negotiations.
Right. You've been franchised. Yeah,
franchise.
You got the franchise tax.
I got the franchise max. You know what I'm saying? So I'm playing on the same team for at least the next 25 years at least.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But okay, so and what about you? Where are you spending Thanksgiving?
I'm spending Thanksgiving with my family. So yeah, I'm still, like I said, I'm a free agent. So I'm going to the gym, working out. Running 40s, 20 shuttles, and all that good stuff, man.
True indeed.
I'm still out here.
True indeed.
I'm still out here, so yeah.
What about on Black Friday? Now that's a day that a lot of people like to take the person that they didn't spend Thanksgiving with shopping with them to buy their some stuff on Black Friday.
Who does that? Not me. Nah. You looked at me and then he looked at you. First of all, as far as Black Friday is concerned, I ain't buying anybody anything. Other than my circle, pretty much, my mom, my dad, my brother.
So you don't anticipate, like, if you're not buying anybody anything, then you don't anticipate taking anything past regular season?
No, I'm pretty much like I'm pretty much what I'm doing is just seeing what team is gonna pick me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I gonna get picked up? See where things go. If I like the team that I was playing with, we'll see what goes on. But right now, man, seeing that preseason, since like we're already in mid preseason right now,
we're close to end.
We're pretty much we're in the 20s now.
Yeah, we're about to get them engines going.
So you know what I'm saying. So pretty much, if I don't get picked up by at least mid-December by somebody, because that can still happen.
You really got to get picked up by the end of this month.
Pretty much.
If you're not picked up, if you're still like in negotiations by the time cuffing season starts, you can basically just go ahead and assume that you're not going to the playoffs.
Pretty much. I mean, I got one or two teams interested, man, but I don't know. We have to see what the contract looking like.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
And there's nothing wrong with not going all the way. I mean,
there isn't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people just play the season.
Right.
You know, it's a period of time where, you know, ugly sweater parties, there's drinks flowing.
Bam.
And people just don't want to nobody wants to spend this period of time alone.
Right.
Nobody wants to spend this time alone. So, you know, when you slide through DMs, fellas, you know, you are more likely to get a yes.
Possibly, yeah.
You are more likely to get a yes.
Yeah.
You know, y'all might want to step it up, you know, a little bit. Step it up a little bit, you know, to hey, what you doings and, you know, what's up. I don't think it's gonna cut it as like, you know, like it used to.
Right.
You know, so you got to get a little bit more creative. But, you know, she's liable to, you know, give you a nod of approval, and
Maybe,
you know,
yeah.
you'll see where things go. But you know, it's the holiday season. There's going to be a lot of eating, a lot of drinking, and with people, they automatically assume like, okay, when the new year starts, it's going to be a new year, new me.
Nah,
So
I hate that. I hate that phrase.
so they go
bro.
ahead and get they last minute fucks out the way,
Oh man.
and they last minute bad decisions too.
Yeah, man. I feel you on that, man. Like I remember last year, man, I got tore up New Year's Day. Like, I got tore up, and I was like, man, this is like the worst place I've been in like ever. Like this is pretty much ain't no way but up. Like I embarrassed myself. I got so drunk, you know. This chick wrote on my face. I was passed out. You know, I threw up everywhere. But I was like, this is the perfect way to start off a new year because I'm starting off literally at the bottom, like literally. And for some odd reason, like this year has been one of my best years ever. And it's like, yo, like. Literally, like I've probably had. This is probably like one of the best years. Been out the country, released the EP, released some singles. I mean, this has probably been traveling. Went to Chicago, never been to Chicago. Went to LA, and then we're going on more trips next year. So I mean, this has probably been the most successful year that I've had, and probably pretty much ever. Even I thought I couldn't top 2016. 2016 was a great year, but
I drank to that for sure.
Yeah.
2017 was not a terrible year.
Nah, and I mean we dropped the Verdict podcast.
The Verdict podcast,
was in May around that time.
Roughly, it was the summertime.
Yeah.
We dropped the Verdict podcast, and I love going into the new year. And there's new opportunities on the table. I love things that sound like growth and development and, an expansion.
Right.
So other than that, I might be out of gas.
Yeah, I'm definitely out of gas, man.
I think I'm out of gas.
I did see this one post though about was it who was it who cheated on her husband? What's the name? Jennifer Hudson.
Oh yeah, J Hud was out here.
Messing with Molly Music, and I like Molly Music, yo.
Behind your boy, what was his name?
I forget his name. I definitely forget his name. But they were married for like 10 years, though, right?
Well, no, they were engaged for like 10 years.
How you engaged? That's almost like being like on Meek Mill's probation, like 10 years. Right. Like, what are we doing?
Right.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? But that's because. Who can say? But yeah, they were engaged for a very long time.
That's stupid.
She stepped out, or he stepped
out? They both were stepping out. But as it turns out, when we found out that he was stepping out, of course, he was a fucking dog.
He ain't
you
shit.
damn dirty dog.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? You old fucking black bastard.
But then when she steps out, it's all his fault.
Right. But now we have.
Wait, they're blaming him for her stepping out?
No. I'm just saying, when we found out that he was stepping out, he caught a lot of heat.
Right.
But now we have, a second side of that story.
Right.
So, both parties are guilty of infidelity.
Yep.
So, but, hey, them's the breaks. You know what I mean?
It's stupid.
All right. So, if you like this episode of The Verdict, and I did like this episode.
I did too.
Maybe
man.
I'm just
Royce. It was nice to meet you finally, man.
Definitely nice to meet you.
Right. So I like this episode. So if you like this episode of The Verdict, check us out on SoundCloud, SoundCloud.com, The Verdict Podcast, Instagram.com, The Verdict Podcast, and soon to be on iTunes, The Verdict Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at House of Splash. Wes, what about you? Where you at?
You guys can follow me at I am Wes Taylor on SoundCloud, Twitter, and Instagram. What about you, Royce? Where can they find you?
Instagram, the R59, and Snapchat, definitely R-59. So
there you go.
Go ahead, do that.
There you go. Hit niggas up, find niggas, holla at us.
All right, man.
Let us know what you think. Other than that, we out of here.
One.
Peace.